Do you remember turning 18? Do you remember feeling independent? Was it a cause for celebration? Well, this week, 4 young adults in the state of Michigan will arrive at the age of independence and will lose the support of the foster care system that has seen them through some of the hardest times in their lives. They are tough and intelligent. Some will land on their feet no matter what. But let's talk about how much better the world would be if all of them had the support that allowed you to celebrate your independence. The question is, what can you do? Unring the Bell is a weekly show Tuesday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Cave Radio. We will be featuring interviews and in-studio guests geared towards creating a support system for these young adults that gives them the best chance to land on their feet and truly celebrate their independence. We will be exploring ways to use the trades, music, art, and technology to unring the bell, and we invite you to join us Tuesday night,
Feeling
8
chilly?
p.m.
SG Heating and Cooling, fixing it right, day or night. SG Heating and Cooling is located at 7005 Cooley Lake Road in West Bloomfield. SG offers free estimates on new equipment and 0% interest financing for up to 18 months. Eligible equipment qualifies for rebates from Consumers Energy and DTE. SG will clean your furnace, verify it is working properly, and perform a safety inspection for only $59. SG also offers duct cleaning and sanitizing starting at $300. You can find us on the web at sgheatingcooling.com or call 248-242-6730 today for all of your heating and cooling needs. SG Heating and Cooling, fixing it right, day or night. 248-242-6730.
About to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Welcome, Detroit, to the Real Nonsense Podcast on Cave Radio.
Whoop, whoop.
This is Chris and Mel tonight. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to get started. Mel, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, Chris.
Good. I'm feeling good, too. So what kind of week did you have?
We had a good week, Chris.
I know. What's going on with the show? No. But look, last week you had an event and we talked about it on the show. So I want to give our listeners the opportunity to kind of follow up and hear about your event because it was nice. We tried to get you in the studio remotely, but we had some technical difficulty. Then we saw a picture with Allen Iverson later.
Yeah.
I'm here to fix those technical difficulties, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
All right,
Got it.
cool.
So she had a picture.
Yeah, so yeah, the event was nice, like the Life and Wealth Brunch Gathering. It turned out where I had groups, and so the first group were women, and so we got started. Of course, we kind of just vibed off each other and talked and opened up. We talked about a few different things and ate good, and we had mimosas, and then I had a group of fellas come in thereafter, and then people just began to kind of flow in. But yeah, I mean, it was nice. We executed with what it was intended for, and so I'm looking forward to doing it again. Maybe we might do it again on the 20th at the Brush Street Cocktail and Grill. Thanks go out to T Woods of the Brush Street Cocktail and Grill, and also Bougie Soul Chef Nicole. She makes an amazing shrimp and grits. And we ate really, really well. Yeah, so.
Yeah, my attention.
I never had shrimp and grits before.
Would you eat it? Are you you don't like grits or shrimp?
My wife loves seafood. I love grits.
Okay.
I just don't see it together for me, really.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so we were going to have a guest and they had to reschedule.
Yeah, actually it was James Young. He is the National Heart Failure Ambassador for the American Heart Association, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he had to pull out, and I want to give just acknowledge he pulled out only because his sister is having kidney surgery today. So I want to keep Tanya Young in our prayers, and
blessings to Tanya.
And our blessings, absolutely, yeah, because she had kidney surgery, and that's the only reason why he pulled out. But he was really anxious to come in and have a conversation with us about
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Also, my aunt. Well, my brother's aunt, but she's still my aunt anyway. She's still family. She passed away, the late, great Barbara Rose Collins, who happened to be the first black woman from Michigan elected to Congress. So her funeral was today.
Okay.
My brother flew in town for that today. So just wanted to acknowledge that as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that are could be having surgery or sick,
Absolutely.
going through something. So we send out
Absolutely.
blessings and condolences to
to
them.
everyone, right?
Yeah, for
To
sure.
everyone, to everyone.
You know, but I thought, Chris, we should still talk about things concerning the heart. I mean, for me, basic common sense when it comes to heart health would be, just what we always hear. Watch what you eat, keep down processed and fried foods. Your sodium intake, your cholesterol intake. Exercise, diet and exercise. And keeping up with your appointments, making sure, because when I read, even though Jay's not here, many of you can go on and read some of his story, but he wasn't feeling well, and then he didn't go. He was gonna go. He went to the hospital, and the doctor told him if he didn't go when he came in, that he would have been dead like a week later or something like that. So that's a saying, hey, stay on top of, if your body is talking to you, things are not performing normally.
Correct. Yeah, I had a very interesting, and I've been dealing with high blood pressure now for a year. So about a year ago, I had a series of dizzy spells. I didn't know what was going on. I just felt like maybe I'm just tired or whatever the case may be. But it turned out to be hypertension. We acted on it immediately. My doctor acted on it immediately. I was taking but when I got to the hospital,
hypertension, what is that?
high blood pressure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hypertension. Yeah. So when I got to the hospital, my blood pressure was, stroke level actually at the time. Work was stressful. Everything was stressful. So I managed to get on high blood pressure medication, and my blood pressure has been beyond normal for the last year. So
Even though you don't exercise.
I don't exercise at all. I exercise. I walk from the kitchen
You see
to the bed,
people?
from the bed to the bathroom.
So
But I actually
totally just change the way you eat and change.
And so
your-
look, here's the funny thing, right? So I work in school district. So I go to work, and I'm visiting a school, right? So I go to Mary Grove, and I'm walking around. Principal's great. She's a beautiful, beautiful human being. So I'm walking through the building with her, and she's younger than me, of course. So I'm trying not to let her see that this tour is fatigue. I'm tired. My thighs are burning, right? Because
Really?
you're taking me all through. I didn't know
Because
Mary
Mary
Grove
Grove
was
is big.
yeah, it's a big school. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was that big, right? Not on the inside. I mean, it looks big, but until you get inside, you don't really realize how many hallways and crevices and stuff that are
Yeah.
there. And my thighs are burning.
Hmm.
So, but the funny thing is, I got a treadmill that's sitting right next to a 65-inch TV in my living room.
Do you use it?
No,
It's
I walk
funny,
right
you're
by
right,
it.
because I have a Pilates machine, and I have to make myself get on that bad boy.
Yeah, I walk right by it
Yeah,
every day,
Yeah.
straight to the refrigerator.
it's discipline.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, I think we do what we want to do, and until what we want to do becomes like a healthy lifestyle, then it won't change. Like, because it's a lifestyle change that we have to make in terms of eating right and exercising regularly.
I don't like the gym. My wife wants to get a gym membership. She can go. I don't really do the gym very well. It feels too social for me.
Yeah,
I've never had a gym experience that didn't feel like a nightclub.
yeah, because Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the gym experience is different for men than it is for women.
How so?
Yeah, because we come in there, I don't know. I just think that different people are there for different reasons. I think some people are there just to, like, stare and hawk and see what they can see.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's the club.
But that shouldn't be an experience for you.
No, it's definitely not an experience for me. But when I go there, it just doesn't have a gym feel.
Oh.
It has a club feel. Like everybody's there and they're just kind of, stunting, not really sweating because you can't see that they're sweating. What is that? Is that nuts?
These are Hariaki, which is so funny because we're
So
gonna.
you're just intrigued by the name of something?
No.
Because I've never heard of that.
I'll bet that water is alkaline.
It
It's all
is
get out.
alkaline water, absolutely.
But Eric, what
and
are
then
the nuts?
and
though,
these
Eric?
nuts that are
I have
in
no
it,
idea. I don't
it's
know about
actually a
none of that.
fruit.
Yeah.
It is the Harataki fruit, Harataki fruit. It's nicknamed the divine fruit. I got these from the House of Pie on 7 Mile, West 7 Mile, and so anyway, they're good for a myriad of things.
You're not
And
going
you
to
soak them in your water and you drink
yeah,
it.
Yeah, you're gonna cut down on some of that experimenting when you get about 50.
Really?
I'm kind of cautious about different things I put in my body at this point.
I think
You
you
know,
should
the-
turn it up a little.
The meat, potatoes, the basic stuff. Because I don't know what kind of effect that'll have on certain parts of my anatomy or whatever. The
Well,
case
you.
may be.
I mean.
Yeah, I gotta
guess.
leave that alone.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I can't pronounce it, it can't go in my mouth.
Whatever, because if you pull up, if you pull up at Burger King
You're missing
and
out on the.
McDonald's, then you are putting plenty of things in your mouth that you cannot
I
pronounce.
can't pronounce McNugget.
And,
Yeah, but what goes into the McNugget, you cannot pronounce.
and you're missing out on the good ramen. I'm just saying. I can't read. If you can read the label on the ramen, it's crap.
I can't, but I've been eating it forever, right?
I'm just saying.
See, so
I got it on my desk at
let's
work.
be clear that Chris is dedicated to eating processed,
Things
non-nutritional
he
food.
can pronounce.
Yeah,
I
and then
support
he.
a large contingency of labor workers in this
We
country
had a
with what I eat.
Okay, let me just say this: we had a production meeting this week, and so when I come from the House of Pie, I've got this sea moss mixed with turmeric and lemon and some this stuff. You're supposed to take it, 2 tablespoons in the morning, 2 at night. And so I give Chris some, and so it took me like 5 minutes for him to he's like, no, and then he finally just took it.
Yeah, actually, I felt some stimulus in my brain. for
And you
about-
shoulda.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? I was
Actually,
gonna ask you. Did you feel different?
Yeah, actually, I did. I felt for 5 minutes. I felt much smarter than everybody in the office.
For 5 minutes. So imagine if you take it every day
Yeah, yeah.
and at night.
Oh, then I'd probably be fired.
It's good for your iron. It's
Get
got
rid of
20
my ass.
It's got
Right.
27 minerals and antioxidants and all this good stuff in
Nope.
there.
Honestly, it looked gross. It tasted worse.
It did not taste that bad.
It did. But when I got upstairs, I said, "Wow, I feel kind of like a spark went off or something."
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It opened up your chakra at the top.
Yeah,
Oh my Lord.
it
Was that the
did.
pineal? What is that? Your
Pineal.
pineal gland. Yes.
Wow.
Come on now. We got to get into this. Get into it.
Here's,
Yeah.
So here's the thing, man. Is your guts, right, is made up of billions and billions of little bugs, little viruses and bacteria and stuff. And they're the ones that do all your digesting for you, right?
Right.
And they're also the ones that tell you what foods you like to eat and what foods you don't like to eat. And it's based entirely on what they like to eat
Yeah.
and what they don't like
So
to
my,
eat.
my bugs are confused.
So your bugs,
No, your bugs like
your
sugar
bugs
and
are used
processed
are
food.
used to crap.
Yep.
So when you feed them good stuff, they're like, "This isn't what I ordered."
Yep.
Okay, I get that.
And
Yeah.
so there has to be kind of a transitional period
Yeah.
between eating crap and eating the good stuff.
Yeah.
And some kind of antibiotics would probably be recommended if you're like going full vegetarian. Because
He's
those.
not gonna go vegetarian.
Well, because
Look how he
no,
looking
no.
at you.
I'm just saying for your audience, if there's anyone
Oh, yeah,
listening
yeah,
who
yeah.
wants
Exactly,
to,
exactly.
who's,
Me too.
like thinking about making
Yeah.
a serious change in their diet,
Yeah.
if you make that change in a hurry and don't do it with medical supervision of some kind, all the little bugs that are in your intestines, they eat meat, and if you stop feeding them meat,
Yeah.
they
gonna
will
bug
find
out.
some, and you're it.
Yeah.
And that's why people
Lose
will
weight?
have sepsis,
Oh.
Right, yeah.
conditions, or like wind up in the hospital and almost dead, trying to be a vegetarian because they didn't do it right. They did
Okay.
it all
That
cold turkey.
transition into it.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so don't do that.
Okay.
Do it nice and gentle.
Yeah.
That's why it tasted like crap.
Right.
Yep.
So
See, COVID, actually, I was eating very well before COVID.
Blah blah blah.
No. I was.
Blah, blah,
I
blah,
was.
blah, blah,
I was
blah,
a
blah, blah, blah.
30. I was a verified 36 ways before
there
the
you
pandemic.
go.
I was. And as soon as I had the opportunity to sit at home,
All hell broke loose.
listen, the DoorDash drivers knew me by name.
Oh my lord.
By name. My wife was embarrassed. Hi, Chris. How you doing? She like, why do these people know you? Because I order DoorDash every day. I ate everything off DoorDash. Anything, I order something, just tried it.
Okay.
Right? So I went from 36 to 44.
All right.
Right? But now, with the miracle of science and the wonders of surgery, in January, I'll be a new man, unplugged.
Oh Lord.
And I'll be great. And I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Right. But
Well, so let's talk
but
about-
I do want to try that stuff again. I do want to try it again. How much
Okay.
is that for a jar?
It's like $22. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you said anything more than that, I was gonna pass.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's worth it. It's
Okay.
totally worth it. So, when we were preparing for this week's topic and having Jay on and talking about matters of the heart, so we talked about common sense things that affect high blood pressure and things like that, things that you can stop eating to regulate those things and having exercise. But what about the other things that you can't see that affect your heart?
You know what I do a lot?
Like, let me finish. Stress.
I thought you were done.
No, I'm not.
Okay. No, it's not stress.
No, I want to finish. Stress, some people have bad heart just because of emotional trauma.
Of course.
I mean, so we can talk about those kinds of things that affect you because even,
And it could be
I was thinking
genetic.
about even, just as simple as holding a thought. Like, why would you think about something so long that it upsets you? Because when you get upset, your body responds, and so sometimes people get upset and they hold things in, and they cause internal ailments within us, like strokes, like heart attacks, like ulcers, and things like that. So those are the things that we can manage that have nothing to do with eating right and exercising.
Correct.
Yeah.
I listen. My doctor said to me, "What are you doing? Just keeping you like your blood pressure totally down." I laugh a lot. I do. And
Yeah.
for people out there who have high levels of stress, suffer from hypertension, have high blood pressure, I'm going to be very honest with you. A lot of it is how you eat, how you live, weight, stuff like that. But a lot of it is how you manage your emotional bank.
Thank you.
So let me say this. I treat my emotions like a bank account. So I allow so many deposits per day and so many withdrawals per day. Okay? So once I'm maxed out, the drive-throughs closed, the ATM's closed, the lobby's closed. The bank's shut down for the day. Come back and see me tomorrow. I don't have any more emotion to give out. Right? So I try to manage as much of my emotion during the day as possible because when I come home, my wife is not trying to hear the bank's closed.
Yeah.
So I have to have emotion when I come home for the wife and the kids and whatever like that. But I really laugh a lot.
I like that.
And I
because
didn't
it's
do
true.
that in my 40s and my 30s.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't laugh.
laughter is what they say, medicine to the soul. So you
Oh,
need
it
you
is.
need somebody in your life that makes you laugh constantly.
I laugh at myself.
Yeah, you gotta laugh at yourself.
I laugh at myself. I
Yeah.
had a funniest joke I just saw on Instagram, but it's way too foul to say on the air.
Okay.
But it is hilarious.
Even though it's internet radio.
It's
We did play the disclaimer.
Yeah, I mean, you totally can
yeah,
go
but
there.
This is
He didn't
this
wanna
is
go
this
there.
is real. Yeah, it's real.
Oh, it's raunchy.
But I laughed all the way here.
About it?
Yeah, I laughed all the way here about
Oh.
it. It was hilarious. It's hilarious. I see a lot of things on it, but yeah, you gotta learn how to just laugh and
Not take
look at
life so
things.
serious, maybe.
Yeah, stop taking things so. I'm surrounded a lot by people sometimes who everything is just so serious. Like, when do you find time to just have a good time and just sit back and laugh?
Yeah,
And it does work.
it does.
It does work. Now, as far
Absolutely.
as the other things go, exercise, I'm an advocate for that. I'm an advocate for eating right. Those type of things I truly believe in. I don't always
Do you
it.
really?
I don't always do it, but it doesn't mean I don't believe in it.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah.
you. Right.
I believe in it.
Terry Cunningham says hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Terry.
Good evening.
Oh my God, somebody's watching. They're saying hello.
Yeah.
People always watching.
That is so amazing.
People always watching.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
even got the little,
Hi.
you got the little chat thing up here, so if anyone jumps in,
Hey.
we'll see it right away.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
Exactly. So I was watching. I've been. I'm a news person. I'm a news person. And
Is BMF over?
BMF. So
Is
the
it
show
episode
on
7 ever
the
came
show
on?
on Stars.
Yeah. Did the episode 7 ever come on?
Well, you know what happened.
No. What
Stars aired the show a week early, and 50 Cent went on a tirade on Twitter, calling them a bunch of idiots, and saying that he wants to pull the show off of their station because he wanted a 2-week break in between the episodes.
Yeah.
And they leaked it early, and some people saw it, and then they took it down.
Oh, so it was supposed to be okay. So the following week it came out, but he didn't want it to come out.
He didn't want
That
it to come out
following
when they
week?
exactly.
Oh, he
He
wanted to
wanted-
take a
he-
break.
Yeah, he usually takes breaks between the shows.
But I
when
thought it was a
they're-
week break.
No, he wanted a 2-week hiatus between the shows. He wanted a break.
Okay.
Right, because he had something else going on that came into play, I think, with another show or something like that. I didn't read the full story, but I read his comments on Twitter about Stars,
Okay.
and he was livid, so
Okay.
he wanted to pull the show. I found the show very interesting. I mean,
Did you find episode 7? Because I'm still trying to.
I haven't
see it.
seen it, but that's the one with Eminem.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Right, that's the one with Eminem. But, when you look at
If
that
anybody
show...
know how to get this leak footage, can you please text us or email us or call us say something on the chat? Because I'm trying to see something.
When you grew up in Detroit, see, I never saw the Southwest part of Detroit.
Oh.
So this is a learning for me.
Oh, really?
But 80s Detroit, I graduated from high school in 84. So
Yeah.
80s Detroit is my era. So part of that, a lot of that is kind of real. Like, it's exactly the way it was. But that side of town, I didn't go on that side of town because I didn't know anybody over there.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, I didn't go over there.
You didn't need to be over
But
there.
Young Boys, all that, that's just, that was
You
Detroit.
probably wouldn't be the doctor you are today if you was over there.
No, yeah, I wouldn't going over there.
Valley women made it out.
Might have been a field medic.
right, exactly. I wasn't going. I wasn't going over there. But yeah, it's interesting. It's a very interesting show. And it's the good thing about it, good or bad or indifferent. At least Detroit, the city, is getting some type of recognition
Absolutely.
in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because I've always wondered, well, why isn't it Real Housewives of Detroit, or why isn't it Love and Hip Hop Detroit, or why not?
Yeah.
We can't. I'm sure it's a lot of women that could be on Real Housewives of Detroit.
Oh my goodness, that would be such an amazing production.
It would be absolutely crazy.
Ooh.
Absolutely
Wait a
crazy.
minute. Hold on. This is Chris' original idea. So somebody come out there try to take over.
Absolutely crazy.
Real Housewives of Detroit.
Real Housewives of Detroit needs to be on the air. Love and Hip Hop Detroit.
Needs to
Somebody
be on
needs to
the air.
call VH1 and say Detroit deserves. You
A
got
spot.
Chicago, Black Ink. You got New York.
So who should be the Real Housewives? Hold on, let me think about this. The Real Housewives of Detroit.
Is,
Who are some good candidates for that?
Well, you gotta. They can't all be high profile, high recognition.
They
because,
can't?
because
Okay.
Candy Burris was the one that was high recognition, right? The rest of them, Portia was married to Cordell Stewart, so nobody knew her. She didn't really have that kind of fan stardom until she came onto the show, and of course she divorced Cordell Stewart. And
They did have the Real Preachers of Detroit. Did you watch that?
that fizzed quickly,
It did. It was cute though.
quickly,
It was cute.
quickly.
It was very cute.
Yeah, I didn't find it so.
You didn't?
No,
Oh.
no, I didn't. It didn't.
Ain't do nothing for you.
No, because see, for me, that's the one. You don't want that kind of ratchetness on the air. Not
Oh.
that part.
Not from
Not from the congregation.
clergy people.
We're trying to get saved. I don't want that.
Oh, okay, right.
Right.
We don't want to know y'all dirty stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to know
Keep
that.
it in the closet.
Yeah, keep all that in the closet. Whatever you
Tell
do
us
in church,
nothing.
keep it in the closet.
I mean, Jesus was very clear. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered around a television in my name, I am with them
I'm with them.
and their entire
Absolutely.
video viewing audience.
Exactly. But I would love to see Real Hip Hop or Real Love and Hip Hop Detroit.
Okay.
That would be, and I think we have enough talent in the city
We absolutely do.
in rap and in music.
I could be on there. I think you know what? I think my daughter told. She was like, Melody, Mom, really, you should have a camera with you all times because people would just laugh. Like,
Well, I'm thinking that this should be like in Detroit. We could do like a whole multi-generational thing, right? Because we've got. I'm trying to remember her name right now. She was one of the backup singers. She's one of the backup singers for Parliament Funkadelic for like 40 years and has
Wow.
lived in Detroit her whole life and is just one bad bitch.
what's her
And
name?
her last name is Hayden, I think. I'm gonna pull it up.
She's a
Get-
singer.
I'm gonna get research on it.
Wow.
Okay.
And she's my
Yeah.
nomination.
Well, you know what? Okay, that's cool. Detroit is blowing up. I mean, and so yeah, we need more shows. We need more production here.
Well, I
obviously.
think it's been there. It's just it took certain people like a Big Sean and an Eminem to cross over into certain markets.
Right.
But we've always been there. Was not was. It's a bunch of different artists and things that have come up through the years that put us there. But it wasn't. It was always in R&B. It was
Yeah.
always in soul. It was always in jazz. But it wasn't always in rap music.
Yeah.
Right. So now it is, because now we have some very true heavy hitters in the game from hip hop from the city of Detroit.
Absolutely.
Cash Doll, Eminem,
She should be on
Big
the real
Sean.
on the Love and Hip Hop of Detroit.
and she's on BMF.
Yeah,
all
that would
day.
be awesome. So
Right,
Cash
all day.
Doll, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be amazing. And
she
then a few of her
represents very well.
friends, she got enough. They can be the real Love Hip Hop
Eh, eh,
Detroit.
That's what I'm
Them
saying.
friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Shirley Hayden is the name.
There we go.
Truly hating.
Yeah.
Trudy?
Shirley.
Oh,
Shirley
Shirley.
Hayden. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if she's. Oh, I'll see if I can find a picture.
Huh. Well, you know what? You put something out there. I hope and pray that if somebody catches hold to it, they give you credit for it.
But they've been talking about it for years. They just haven't had to. They try to put this show in areas that they think are really marketable.
Okay.
That are viewable. But in my estimation, I don't see how having a Black Ink Crew show in Chicago on VH1 would be any different than having a reality show in Detroit.
In Detroit, yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah. It's
I got
it's a
relatives in
given.
Chicago. I love Chicago. Downtown Chicago is wonderful. It's a wonderful place to spend some time.
Yeah.
But city to city, we're there.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
we need to get that kind of recognition.
It's coming. I can feel it coming.
Well, I hope before I succumb to whatever it is I'm going to be, because I want to see it. I want to see that. I want
Oh, you
to
gonna
see
see
it.
it.
I want to see it. Take my mind off the Lions.
I predict within the next year.
Take my mind off the Lions.
Okay, for sure, because they're losing still
Every game.
every game.
Every game.
So okay, let me just ask some real specific questions here. Are they losing due to their coaching and management, or are they losing to the players not operating at their fullest potential?
I think it doesn't matter.
Really?
I think when you're
We can't even narrow it down
I
to
think,
nothing.
I think when you're 0-8, it kind of really doesn't matter.
What do you
It's-
think?
I mean, you're 0-8.
All right.
I mean, because it probably has a little bit of both.
Okay, so here's what I'll say, Eric. So I'm gonna run this by you.
All right. Here
This
we
is
go.
what I say. The Bad Boys were the best thing and the absolute worst thing to happen to the Detroit sports team. And here's why. The Bad Boys showed to people in the league that you could actually win with average talent with a low payroll.
Okay.
And they won
Right.
twice.
Yep.
Okay.
They weren't paid as
at
much.
the time when Bird is on the Celtics, Magic's on the Lakers,
And those pay-
Jordan's coming
and
up
those
with the
payrolls
Bulls.
and those payrolls were much higher.
Yep.
And higher caliber players.
Yeah.
Stars. Okay.
They were called the
only-
Showtime Lakers
Right.
for a
The
reason.
star we had was Isaiah.
Yep.
Everybody else came kind of achieved their stardom kind of in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fast forward, the Wings spend money, the Tigers spend money. They spent money to win championships.
Mhm.
They bought players in here and spent the money.
Oh, okay.
The Pistons are still working on the same. Nobody knew what Grant Hill made till he retired.
Right.
No one knew what he made, and he didn't make a lot. Okay, and here we are now. I mean, we had.
All right, but so the thing is, like, with the Red Wings. All right, so the Red Wings did it both ways. They did it before, like, with the low payroll, with fifth and sixth round draft picks leading the team,
Sure.
because they got Zetterberg in the sixth round.
They did.
got Datsuk in the
They
sixth
did.
round. They're pulling guys off the scrap heap.
They did.
and won championships that way.
They did.
Before that, they were the Yankees. You're right.
Correct.
Big payroll, big stars, and they did it both ways. The Tigers did it the cheap way in '84. Tried to do it the big money way in the 2016 run,
right,
and
exactly.
it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Because remember, until just a couple years ago, the 1984 Tigers were the only Major League Baseball team to have 0 Hall of Famers on the roster.
So we're only one of 4 teams that's never won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Never.
Never even played in it.
Never played it. 1 of 4.
Won the last NFL championship before the merger. Just saying.
So I'll say this: How do you have Cam Newton?
I love Cam Newton. Where does he play for the Lions?
No,
Who he play
but he
for?
could have because we could have picked him up, but we didn't.
Oh, he's not picked up for
free.
nobody right now.
For free.
Y'all coulda picked him up for free?
As close as free 99 as you get in the
Are
NFL.
you serious? And they didn't pick him up?
No.
Although, in fairness, he was under Bill Belichick for a year and was just like, man.
So
I don't
who
really
he
know what
signed
was gonna do.
with?
I think he's going back.
He
to
signed
Carolina.
with Carolina.
I think he's
He
going
signed
back to the
with
Panthers.
Right, he did.
Oh,
But we could have picked him up.
yeah.
Right, but it's not okay. So as far as the coaches go for the Lions, we have a whole brand new revamped coaching staff that I will say, if I was playing fantasy football in 1997, I would just run the Lions coaching staff out there, like legit. Also, if you get caught in a back alley and have to fight somebody, the Lions coaching staff is who you want behind your
Caught
back.
in a
These
back
dudes are
alley.
big, bad, rough and tough dudes. That doesn't make them good coaches.
Uh-huh.
It just makes us feel like we're going to
So-
be those rough and tough dudes.
So it sounds like what I'm hearing is that these guys are coming on, they're getting paid these big contracts, and they really not working.
No, the coaching staff is definitely low budget because they're new.
Okay.
Right.
And right now we're making a mistake. We're rolling 2 sets of dice at once. We're rolling dice on new coaches and hoping they can come up with a scheme to take the mediocre players from the last regime and turn it into something.
Yeah.
That's the problem is we're trying to bake a cake with last year's ingredients.
So let me tell you the other problem as I see it. When I was in high school, I distinctly remember sitting watching Monday Night Football, and the New Orleans Saints, where Archie Manning was on ABC. In the stands, the fans had on brown paper bags over their heads.
Mhm.
Brown bags. They cut the eyes out, and they put the team was so bad, the fans didn't want to show their face on TV. So all the fans had brown paper bags over their head with eyes cut out, and they called them the Aints, not the Saints, the Aints.
Okay.
Now, the Lions, our fans, we tolerate this losing culture for years and years and years, and we still support it. We still tailgate. We're still in the stands. deep, 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 deep in the
Yeah,
stands.
because we enjoy it. So tomorrow they play the Steelers.
Oh, that's a L.
So this is
That's a loss.
okay. That's a loss. Wait a minute.
That's
Let me
a
look
loss.
at this.
That's an absolute
Because
loss.
I'm looking at this FanDuel, you know, in the spread.
What's the line?
So
Curious.
yeah. So this is here. Oh, let me go back.
Wow, they're giving up 8.5, huh?
Yeah, 8.5. So
8.5 points. That's
so the spread is. This means that if I bet here,
that means that if you take that bet, the Lions get 8.5 points.
then I
Right.
win.
No. If the Lions beat the Steelers, or no,
By
I'm sorry,
8.5
if
points.
the Steelers beat the Lions by
Lions by
less than 8 points,
You
Okay,
win.
then you get some money. Okay, I got it.
Correct.
right?
Got you.
I watched the entire 0-16 season. A matter of fact, we had a family dinner in the St. Regis Hotel with my entire family and watched that game in the lobby of the St. Regis. They went 0-16, and we are on the precipice of that again. We are marching to that.
So are you
To that
two, are
record.
you two really like football connoisseurs?
No, I'm not.
Are you?
I'm baseball is my game.
Because if anybody's
Yeah.
watching, they can tell me who they think is going to be the first touchdown scorer for tomorrow between
let's see
between Detroit and the.
Oh,
The Steelers?
Oh,
Oh dears.
listen.
The first touchdown scorer.
Yeah, don't take those bets. Those prop bets get real weird real
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I was
it's-
going to try to make this a monetary.
What I would- what I would be
gainful
hoping-
conversation here.
So here's what you got to do though: is you have to find somebody else you know who will sign up for some of the other sports betting apps.
Yeah.
And then like when one of them gives you some crazy, bonus odds on such and such game, you can actually work it out so that if you're working with someone,
Mm-hmm.
you can basically bet both sides of the game,
Yeah.
and because of their bonus odds or whatever, you can't lose.
Oh,
If
like
I had been
a
thinking, I would have
spread.
took a 0-8 bet.
A 0-8 bet.
Because
Okay.
I bet someone I bet one of my friends already that they wouldn't win they wouldn't be 500 by the end of the season. They weren't going to win half
That
their
was a
games.
solid bet. I can't believe you found someone to take that money.
I did. I found it. He paid me the other day.
Good.
He said, "I'm bailing right now." Here. I said,
over.
"Okay, fine. Just give me the money right now because it's over. It's over."
They would have to win every game.
Do you guys think games and losses cause people to have emotional reactions like heart attacks and strokes?
I think so. If you're watching this team,
I know that it increases alcohol consumption without a
For
doubt.
sure.
if you watching
And
this
that-
team,
I know that
and
to be a
chicken
mitigating
finger
factor.
consumption and French fry consumption.
Oh yes, the number of milkshakes that go down definitely goes up.
yeah, if you're watching this team, yeah, I would say your blood pressure is very high.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I think you're very
But
disappointed.
I don't know, man. If you let a sports team, if you get that emotionally involved in a sports team, I would ask you to maybe look at the rest of your life
Absolutely.
and take some things into consideration because you can't let it. Sports is too. There's
It's
too
supposed to be
many
fun.
things that can go one way or the
look
other.
Look at the combined
And-
revenue. At certain point, you could have a basketball game, football game, and a baseball game at the same time in the same weekend.
You can.
could.
Yeah.
Now, just think, they're making money, but just think what revenue we would have if they were actually winning.
My goodness. Yeah. For sure.
If they were winning, what would that do to the city downtown?
Yeah.
What would that do if they were winning?
We
See
need,
what I'm
we
saying?
need a better plan than this. This sounds like investing through the lottery to me.
Well-
Yeah, well, I haven't bought a ticket to a game, and I couldn't believe I wanted to take my wife to a Pistons game at Caesars.
Mhm.
$150? No way.
Oh.
No way.
They're
No, I'll
selling-
find there's
Not for
does-
2 wins?
Right? Does the
2
D,
wins?
does the D League team? Do they have a D League team that plays somewhere?
2
near?
wins? $150 for a ticket for 2 wins. You should let me in free. Let me stand in the lobby free.
Dude, I think the tickets fluctuate though, right? It just depends on
I
where
mean,
they're.
yeah, court sides are more expensive than
I said
nosebleeds,
fluctuate to free, Mel.
but
Oh.
let's be real. Let's get some bleacher prices going.
Exactly.
Because you can go see a Tigers game for $20, $15.
And
You just
I
got to
love-
sit all the way down the right field
I
line.
love the Tigers.
Me too.
I do. I love going to a baseball game. It's beautiful. Detroit at baseball season outside at Comerica Park is a beautiful thing to do.
Absolutely.
I think everybody should go to a Tigers. If you haven't been to a Tigers game in the summertime outside, get your margarita, put your hat on, go sit in the stands. It's a wonderful experience for
It's
family
beautiful.
and everybody.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not a bad seating for a field either. Really. I've been in Ford Field a few times. It's not a bad seating there at all. It's a wonderful venue. It's a wonderful venue. So next week,
Mm-hmm.
Mel, we're gonna have We have a few guests coming up. Actually, Andre Ebron is coming on from the drawing board. He's going to be on with us. And then
That's
we're
the
gonna
20th.
we're gonna have a photographer, Jared Davis from Jared Davis Photography. He's gonna be on our show in about 2 or 3 weeks in December. We have Carlotta Prince. She's gonna be on from Road to College. She's gonna be coming on our show too. So we have some wonderful guests that are coming on. And
Yeah.
again,
And
just
and
uplifting
some-
the city of Detroit.
Mhm.
Looking at entrepreneurs and local business people who are doing their thing in the community, bringing
Absolutely.
them on and giving them an opportunity to just talk to our audience about
Yeah.
what they do, how they do, when they're doing it, why they're doing it. And that's what networking is all about.
Absolutely.
it's
And
all
so we
about.
invite those out there that have their own businesses that maybe want to come on, reach out to us, send us a DM, email us at the real nonsense podcast LLC at gmail.com.
Correct.
Reach out to us because we are opening this up for you to come in and talk about your business and your talents and things like that. We want to connect with you. We want to engage with you. And likewise, we want our audience to engage with you and find out who you are. So reach out to us so that we can bring you on.
And I've talked to a lot of people, but a lot of people are afraid. They don't like the
They don't want to be in the
whole-
spotlight.
Yeah, they don't like the spotlight.
Oh, this not is
I'll
this the
tell you what,
spotlight?
though, I've been doing this for a little more than a year now. I've had, I'm going to say, maybe 20 people come through who on various shows who clearly have never done this before
Right.
and have said something like, "I'm kind of uncomfortable. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do," and I'm like, "Listen, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
10 minutes in, you're going to forget the microphone's there."
Yeah.
And not one of them has been anything but all smiles and super happy on their way. Like, I had a great time. I felt great. This is good. Like, there's some mental health positivity thing that goes on when people come in and do this show. So I just want to encourage anyone who's feeling even a little bit nervous or apprehensive about, maybe I'm not. No, come down.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about. So I called one of my former students. Her name's Chanel Buckner, right? So she graduated from our school about 2 years ago. So I called her because she's an entrepreneur. She has this thing called Hustle Girl Mixology, right? So it's a traveling bar,
Okay.
right? Whole
That's
setup,
like new. I think I
lights,
see a lot of people doing
the
that
whole
now.
shot. So listen, when you're 20, 21, and you're out there doing something like that, I said, I need you to come down and I need you to talk to people about what you're doing. I wish I could have a whole bar set up. I wish it was warm outside so we could just go outside and do the whole thing, have her mix us some drinks, the whole 9 yards,
I
but it's
think
too
that'd be
cold or
perfect.
whatever. But she's really into it. She's got hired for a few bartending gigs at some bars, so I wanted her to come on down and talk to us. I'm really excited about having somebody at that age actually out here trying to do her thing, make a name for herself, brand herself, and that's really important. So she's going to be on the week of the 27th. Thanksgiving
Okay.
weekend. Yeah.
Nice. So we're gonna interview her and have a few cocktails.
That'd be
Are you
great.
gonna have her mix a cocktail while
I-
we interviewing her?
I
or
don't
you-
think she could bring the bar. How do we do that?
I mean, she could park the truck right outside the front door.
Oh,
That
yeah,
means she
It's not
got a
that far.
traveling liquor
Yeah,
license.
I'll
or
set up
something?
we'll figure something
Yeah.
out. We'll figure something out.
Period.
I got tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can work something out.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some drinks. We'll do that on the air.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good thing. I mean, look, we drink water and peanuts.
These are hard. How I say this again? Let me go back.
See again,
Hard.
again, folks.
It's a fruit, Chris.
Again,
It's not a nut.
peach, apple, orange, banana, strawberry, mango. All those things are easy to pronounce, are good for you, and there we go. So
Stop hating, Chris.
I'm not.
Harataki fruits.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Whole Foods.
I got this from the House of Pie on 7 Mile.
I went to Whole Foods last week. I was 2 weeks ago. Totally confused.
Why?
There's too much going on.
See, because you just want to go to the McDonald's drive-through.
No,
I
I
know.
went
That's why he's
straight- I went-
confused.
I went
He confused because he want to go to the
No,
drive-through. There's
I
too
went-
much
No,
thinking
I
going
went,
on and
I went
processing.
straight to the
his-
hot food counter.
he went to the hot food counter.
That was your first mistake. Go on.
Yeah, thank you.
I was straight, and I was fat. I didn't know all that was going on at Whole Foods. Who knew? I don't go to
So
Whole
what
Foods.
did you get?
Let me see. I got some.
Because they have nice soup.
Quinoa, kale,
Yeah.
pistachio.
No, it was like a pasta thing they had. 'Cause they have different dishes, right? Every
Right.
other day.
Solid bar
So I
pasta.
caught them on. I was going to get a booster shot for COVID, and I just walked in. And I was like, I just got to go in this place because I saw all these cars and people just walking in and out. And I went in, and it was fascinating.
Were you
Everything.
fascinated?
Everything. Yeah, it was fascinating.
It's a vibe in there.
It is.
It's it's like you can totally like go on a field trip to Whole Foods. Like if you're bored, go to Whole Foods.
They
Yeah.
should, they
Walk
should just put
around.
them right next to IKEA and make that a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
In
I
a
don't-
shoe store.
Right.
Look, no discrimination intended, but I only see skinny people going IKEA.
That's about
I've
right.
never seen a person. I'm 270. I've never seen anybody my size going IKEA.
You don't think the furniture can hold you up?
I don't know. I've never sat on IKEA furniture.
I have. It's decent.
Is it?
It's like stuff you buy for your college student, though. You know, like the dorm room type.
Is it expensive?
No, not that much. No.
Really?
You got to put it together yourself,
Yeah,
What?
and the instructions don't have words.
Oh hell no.
they don't.
Lost.
No,
Done.
they're Swedish and weird, so
Or
they're
German
like
or
there's
something.
pictures for everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, the
Bob's furniture.
You can come up with IKEA though. You can go out there and get you some cold drapes, some rods.
It's true.
Oh yeah, get you out right on together.
That's
Hello.
true. And they should be hosting the international hide and seek tournament
The
there.
national
Because the
hide and
inside the showroom in there, it's like 20 little bedrooms set up with all their shit, and you walk through them and go, oh.
So if somebody comes to your house, how do they know it's IKEA furniture? They don't know.
Because they've been to IKEA and have been in the room
seek.
already.
Yeah, and everybody else that shop at IKEA probably got one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about beds? Is there platform beds or something like that? They don't have a bed, right?
I'll be honest.
Platform
there's
beds,
nothing in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like
Bunk
yeah.
beds, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought my mattress from Sam's Club online. They can just ship it to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
You
they
can
give
buy
you
a bed in a box, or you can just go
bed in a box?
grab one. Yeah, it's like a air foam like thing. It's just like when you take it out the box, it just
I've seen it. It's crazy.
yeah.
Looks
Anyway.
dangerous.
It's,
Right. That's what it sounds pretty hazardous, but
yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Stay healthy. Sleep in a good bed.
yeah.
Good furniture.
Well, yeah. I think I'm gonna go to IKEA. Where's the IKEA store?
Canton.
Canton.
The big one is in Canton. That's the only one that I know of.
The big one. So they have smaller ones.
No, I guess it's just the big one.
Yeah.
Is it
There's
next to
just the
Old,
one.
is
It's
it
just
next
the
to Old
one,
Navy?
but I call it the big one because it's just one big one. So
It's next to Old
for
Navy.
some reason, I just call it the big
I can
one.
picture
What's
like
over there. I know Guitar Center is across the street.
It's a theater across the street. I think.
I
Isn't
can
it a movie
picture
theater?
Apple-
Applebee's,
there.
Old Navy, IKEA.
Is
all
that
next to
Ford
each-
Road?
I think there's a Chili's. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Ford
Ford
Road.
and 275.
Okay, yeah.
Chili stinks.
It does. Always has.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Damn it! I found somebody who agrees with me. This Chili's stinks. When you walk at Chili's, it's just the worst damn smell ever.
Really?
Yes. I don't know if it's
Me
still
and Mel
ass.
have
I don't know what it smells
me
like.
and Mel have famous days. And what you say you don't like at famous days?
The horseradish in the coleslaw makes me kind of nauseous.
You
The
don't
food
like the
is great,
coleslaw. Famous
but
days.
they
You like
put
famous days?
horseradish in the coleslaw.
I'm a bit of a snob. I actually got hired to run the commercial smoker for a place called Wood Chips years and years
Ooh,
ago.
that
So I
sounds
like
good. You like real
I
barbecue.
like yeah, I do.
I
that
like
shit
Slows.
for real.
You never been to Slows?
I whoops.
No.
Whoop on the slows.
You should go to Slows.
So you ever barbecued a beef brisket before?
Oh.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
do that in the winter.
If you ever out in Oxford,
Uh-huh.
they have a it's called Wood Chips Express. They do the actual restaurant's in Lapeer, but the smoker is in the sandwich shop in Oxford. Used to be a sandwich shop. Now it's just like a kind of a carry out barbecue place. But if you're in Oxford, check it out. They're still using my recipe for the smoked chicken wings, and I'll put those up head to head against anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Oxford, what is that?
No
one?
sauce.
Really?
Like,
So you have
it's-
a recipe for smoked chicken wings? Oh.
Oxford, where's that? How? Like
10 minutes.
how?
10 minutes north of Auburn Hills.
Oh, okay.
Straight
Got
north.
it. Got it. 75.
Yep. Well, yeah, like where it turns into where you can hop on 24, and it's not Telegraph anymore, basically.
Got you.
Like north of Pontiac, Auburn Hills. out
Got
there.
you. So since you're from, I'm telling you, Minnesota, Slows.
Okay.
Slows Barbecue. That's on Grand River and, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah, okay.
It's,
I know I could have went to a few other like inner city places or outer city places.
Well, I mean,
that
Famous
have,
Dave's is okay. It's a nice spot.
it's like mediocre for barbecue, basically, is what y'all telling me.
yeah, sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you could have got better barbecue on the corner. Some guy would have.
Yeah, I know, right? I passed a
I've
guy
got some
on.
good barbecue dinners like that though.
I did. I passed a guy the other day on
Think on
Clarita,
Myers. Where?
Clarita in Plainview. He was outside barbecuing
absolutely.
and had food and had a whole setup. I'm like, what you got? He's like, we got wings, hot dog, ribs. I was like, you know what? Just give me the sides. Give me that macaroni and cheese and the collard
We got
greens.
ribeye steaks for $25.
Like right here out the garage, bro. Okay.
Right out the garage.
Period. Thanks.
And they have a big barrel grill. That
you
just
know
pull
what? But
out
I
the straight.
support small efforts. Like
You know, I don't know if this is I think it's I don't know if it's a state law or just in the city of Detroit. I'm gonna have to look into this. But for a while, there was a thing where if there was a vacant commercial lot, and like basically the business you were running doesn't involve something the health department would have to inspect you for. If you had a license to operate, you could just set up and operate, and it was not a problem.
I think that might still be the case.
This is how you see all these little like
Yeah.
homemade barbecue like
Yeah.
trailers just pulled up and
Stand
set
up.
up shop
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
handwritten, paperboard
Yeah.
sign.
For sure.
And they're doing all right.
They do okay.
There's a guy,
Make me want to put a trailer in the back of my car and a grill and
right?
psych. I lied. I don't wanna do that.
So you know what? I know you're in the philanthropy thing, helping and all that.
Yeah.
So some friends of mine that I went to school with, they feed the homeless once a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's called let me look it up to make sure I'm saying it right.
I think this is National Feed the Fight Hunger Month or something.
Let me make sure I say this right.
Because I know National Life Group is matching donations if you give to certain charities.
Really?
But I think they're only matching in certain places. But apparently there's something going on.
So it's Feed 313 Team Detroit.
Okay.
So once a month they're downtown. A few of the guys, Parrish Hill, he's one of the guys that's running it. Well, I'm on his Facebook page right now, but it's called Feed Detroit 313, and they're downstairs. And you look at the pictures here, they're actually out feeding the homeless on Sundays. So it's a wonderful. So if you want to help out, you can go on to Facebook, look up Parrish Hill, look up Feed Detroit, feed. Let me make sure I get it right again. Feed 313 Detroit. Great philanthropic effort that happens on Sundays downtown.
Okay.
So I know you like that kind
Absolutely.
of charitable
What
thing.
time I gotta be there?
You know what? I'm gonna send you the link and you can look it up and you can head on down
Okay.
there and see what those guys are doing. But they're doing a wonderful job. Parrish's sisters and a lot of our friends that went to school with us at Southern. Actually, Jared, the photographer, who's coming on the show, he's down there too, as well as some other
Okay,
guys.
nice.
So, yep, the guys in the community,
That's
they just giving
supportive.
back to the community. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you might get and actually, Parrish, who's down there, he has his own barbecue thing, so he cooks better. Listen, wow.
Oh, wow.
All I can tell you is wow, and I'll end it right there. I'll end it there.
You gonna end it there?
I'm gonna end it on the barbecue end right there.
Let's be clear.
Absolutely. So I did talk to Mr. Young. I just inboxed him or whatever, told him that I'm keeping him and his sister in our hearts and prayers. So hopefully he'll be able to come on quickly because that is a very important conversation.
It is,
And you was bringing it up,
absolutely.
and I didn't mean to kind of trivialize it in any way. It is and heart disease is not something that has anything to do with ethnicity or race at all. It is
Right.
a very serious thing. And
And
many,
sometimes
many
it can be
people-
hereditary because one of the
absolutely.
first calls I ever took where a lady cried on the phone with me. She was calling about her auto insurance, but we ended up talking for a very long time, and she was a widow because her husband, who got up and ran 5 miles a day, who watched what he ate and everything, just fell out one day and died from a heart attack. And so sometimes these things, we don't know if they come from, maybe it is hereditary or is it something that we can contribute to by the way we eat and exercise, take care of ourselves. But at the end of the day, it's good to be knowledgeable and practice, eating healthy and exercising so that you can manage that.
Absolutely.
But
I
so,
mean,
and then
even
also not being stressed,
not being stressed. is very
anxiety,
important.
fear,
Very
stay off the
important.
phone, get in the sun, get sunlights, vitamin D,
Yeah.
drink
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
about all
water. You don't know about all that? Drink a lot of water.
It's just me.
stay off the phone gossiping with people that make you upset?
Well, I love the phone. I do.
Do you love the phone?
I love the phone. I hate.
I know
texting.
you love the phone
I
because
hate
you
texting.
call me at 7:45 and we're talking about.
But see, let me tell you, and I'm glad. Listen, but hold on, I'm glad you said that because I forgot to
He called
acknowledge
me
something.
early.
I forgot to acknowledge something very, very, very,
Excited.
very
It's
important.
gonna be a good show today.
Good show. So
Get up.
a year ago today, my best friend, we were locker partners in high school. She and I graduated from high school together. My daughter went to her high school when she was a principal. I'm the godfather of her daughters. We got our PhDs together. So we've been friends for 37 years.
Okay.
Driving to Atlanta from North Carolina, car veered in the wrong lane, hit her head on, killed her on impact. Killed her on impact. My closest friend in the world, Holly Marie Davis Webster, passed away a year ago today. So they had a ceremony in North Carolina today. So
Today.
shout out to her husband Rob, Haley, Mercedes, my goddaughters. But I say that to say we talked on the phone every morning, every single morning, every day,
Wow.
every morning. Not before she got to her office, we called or I called her and we had just friend conversation before
Yeah.
she goes to work.
Yeah.
So I'm used to getting in my car and talking to somebody on the way to work.
Okay.
It's a habit that I
got
can't
you.
break. So my wife is tolerable with it some days. Some days
Okay.
she's not. Some
Okay.
days she wants to stay in the bed and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm calling.
Okay. That's cool.
So if you're listening, you might get a call from me. I'm gonna
yeah.
call.
And I appreciate you sharing that story with me, and so now I know why you do that.
Absolutely. So answer the phone.
And I'm gonna answer the phone, and we're gonna talk about
You know,
whatever.
I
that
hate
morning.
texting because the messages are always misconstrued. Nobody people
Yeah.
aren't reading.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know what
And it's a
cap.
distraction while driving, so you don't want to be
Right.
texting.
Yeah, I had to ask a kid today, what's cap?
I don't know.
That means
I
no lie.
I thought I told you what cap was.
You told me you said it too, but I didn't know what that was. See, like text language, like LOL, all this other, it's too much. Like it's too much. So
It took me a long time to find out what IRL like stood for, meant, what that was about
IRL.
in real life.
Oh, okay. See,
oh.
Didn't know.
Mm.
We're learning. Look at
Yeah.
that.
We need a dictionary. What is it?
Yeah,
What they have like you know what I'm trying to say, Chris?
like a wicked dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a one where we just go in and
we
add the
got
shit
one.
as
We
it
got
comes
we
up.
got
Yeah,
we
what,
got little
like-
mail out there.
Exactly.
Right, little
needs-
mail. Those.
I just
She know it all.
my very good friend, mentor, teacher. His name is Sean. He has a daughter. She is 24, I think, and her and one of her friends were explaining, like, her friend. He said something, and her friend's response out loud was, "Strange flex, dude, but okay." And he had we literally spent 15 minutes trying to explain to him what that phrase meant, and he was just like,
yeah,
Lost.
I quit.
yeah, I quit.
I don't even know.
The
I don't get-
generations-
I don't even want to know anymore. I'm sorry I asked.
Yeah.
I prefer work when kids
Is this
cuss me out.
is this the metaverse generation?
I prefer to work when kids cuss me out. Then I knew exactly what they were saying.
Right.
All that other text lingo, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So I was standing there like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So don't text me, call me. I tell people all the time, if you want to get a good reaction from me, give me a phone call.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm
think-
just not with the texting.
I think we all need to go back to that.
Yeah,
Young and old.
yeah.
Just call. Stop
Yeah.
texting.
Especially
just
during the
just every
holidays.
now and then, just or like for stuff where your tone of voice is important. Because that's the
Yeah.
thing. I always assume that when I send a text,
Yeah.
that people are reading it out loud in my voice.
Yeah.
And if
not
it's a
so.
silly text, they're using my silly voice. And if it's a
Nope.
serious
Right.
text, they're using my serious voice.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
if I forget the winky face on a jokey text and they do it in my serious voice,
It's over.
how many problems
So
have come
Yeah.
what's
from
the
that?
difference
Too many.
between sending a heart and a face with the hearts around it?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I know that I've had to set the rule with several people that no, if you're kidding, the winky face is important. If you want me to pretend like what you're saying is a joke,
Yeah.
you need to,
Right.
like
Okay.
you would in real life. I do that in real
Yeah,
life.
so
like,
you have
I
to
go,
accompany.
"Get it? You know, like
Right.
it's
Exactly.
It's
if you're gonna text, you have to accompany your text with an emoji so we can know which
Right.
emotion we should attribute
if
to
you don't
the
want
text.
it to be misunderstood, or at
Correct.
least improve the chances of it not being misunderstood,
Or just call.
or just call.
I don't like text messages for Christmas.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
like that.
I got you.
It's
Oh.
very offensive
Is it really?
to me. Yeah,
Oh.
especially if we're really close.
Okay. So this Thanksgiving and this Christmas, call. Happy Thanksgiving. You
So
doing
one
all
time,
right?
I
Y'all
think
all
my
right?
son, I don't know. I think my son was maybe 17, 18, and he texted me at Christmas Day. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, Dad. To give me a gift.
He was
And
like,
so I sent him a
pissed.
gift, text gift, the gift, the thing. Yeah,
I forgot the T, son.
right. There you go. Here's
Just a
your
gift.
And what did he say?
Call me and say Merry Christmas. He
Right.
didn't find it funny. He picked up the phone and called.
Right.
Yeah. Call
Yeah.
me and say Merry Christmas.
As the holidays, actually, that's another thing, kind of attributing back to heart health. Not being.
Are you cooking real food for Thanksgiving, or are you gonna have?
You know what, Chris? I'm going to Las Vegas for Thanksgiving.
So your people in Vegas
And I'm
gonna
gonna
have.
I'm gonna let my aunt and my mom take care of the food. I'm gonna make my presence known, and I'm gonna go to the casino to play
So
me some
look,
blackjack.
hey, I went to Vegas, not the strip though. I went to the city, and I drove by the store, and it said you could get. I got a 22-ounce beer and 4 chicken wings. It was
For
like a combo.
$4.99.
Yeah, it was like a combo. I was amazed.
Yeah, you can eat really good in Vegas.
On the
sure.
strip and off the strip.
Yeah, and you can find you some good shows for a little bit of nothing too.
Where in Detroit can you get a deuce and 4 chicken wings?
You can.
I was like, this is lit. This is bad. Oh, okay. I'm straight on the strip. I don't
Yeah.
need to go back.
So I'm avoiding cooking though because my home is being renovated, and I don't have any enthusiasm to cook or anything right now. But my kitchen's done, and I'm gonna get my cooking thumb back. Me and Melody eat out a lot. Bless you.
Well, I do too. Bless you. I do too. But I tell you, my wife is Thanksgiving maybe the first, second day, she's done. Me, I eat her leftovers probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Your wife can throw down though.
She,
I've seen those
she-
pictures.
She really is something else in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She really does her thing. So
Do you think having a wife that can cook is one of the big factors to having a healthy marriage?
you know what? What I want to do is when we move, I want to get a big enough kitchen so we can cook together.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And I think once you do those type of things, I think that makes it a healthy component of the
Yeah.
marriage. Like you can actually come
Because what about the men that say, "Well, I pay the bills, so least you can do is cook."
Well, see, look, I don't have my wife has a labor intensive job. I sit down all day.
Yeah.
Right. So when she comes home, she don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But what I would like to do on Sundays when she cooks, I want to go in the kitchen. I want to chop up some stuff. I want
Yeah,
to
just
cook.
help her out, and that's
I wanna
bonding
cook.
for you two.
I want to cook too, because I can cook.
Yeah. Okay. So you want
Okay?
to participate?
But I want to cook with her
Yeah.
together. We cook something together sometimes,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that's just part of the.
I
part of
love
the-
that, Chris.
part
'Cause I
of the
think sometimes
camaraderie.
men marry women, and it's unfortunate the ones that do this. Not all of them do this, but they attribute a wife to someone that cooks their food and someone that cleans the house and washes their clothes. And I think that's unfortunate. Like that you should your wife should have more value than just being a chef in the kitchen for you.
Oh, I
and,
agree.
and then if she doesn't cook, then all
I
hell
agree.
break loose. Like, come on.
But I agree. But my mother was old school. So my mother had single mother with 2 boys.
Yeah.
So she said, look, she taught us the basics. This cook. This how you wash your clothes. Boom.
So you knew how to do those
when
things.
I got to college, I could cook.
But when
full
you
meals,
married, it's
all
not
that.
like those things went out the window for you. You still did those things.
Oh, I still did them.
Yeah, and did you feel like you didn't have to because you had a wife?
You wanna know a silly argument we had this last week?
What?
Who cleans up the house on Sunday?
Okay.
So I got up to clean the house, but my wife, that's her thing.
On Sunday.
Right. I want to get up. I clean the house.
Yeah.
So
So you dipped into her
because
peace of
I
mind.
like to clean because it's
Oh.
it's eases my mind.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. I'm cleaning. I'm good. No, not on Sundays.
Okay.
You
Well,
don't
that's
clean the house on
cool.
Sunday. You
So-
clean the house on Saturday.
Right.
Right.
Let her have that.
Right. So, but I say that to say that what you said about men just sitting back and kind of just allowing her, because I can't do that. It's just I just don't like doing that.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a balancing act. I mean, some days you might not want to clean. Some days she might feel like cleaning. One day you might want to cook and she might not want to cook, and then you guys just do, flip those roles and do it vice versa. I think that's what makes it work.
Now I just DoorDash. I'm done. So next weekend, next Saturday, 5:00, we have consultant and speaker Andre Ebron of the Ebron and Associates. He's going to be on our show again. That's next Saturday, 5:00. The great Andre Ebron is going to visit the studio. He's a speaker and consultant. Actually, he came by one of my classes one time at Henry Ford and talked to my students, and it was dynamic. They loved him.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to
meeting
meeting
him. This is a very deep man
Mhm.
with a lot of conviction, very good guy. So he's going to come by and spend some time with us and talk to us for about an hour, okay? All right, so it's time to close this out. Thank you much to everyone who's listening tonight. This is the Real Nonsense Podcast on CRB Radio. Peace.
Real Nonsense, where we make it make sense.
All day.